African Folktale. No king is God. When an ordinary man comes before an African king, he would normally salute him with these words, "May the king live forever." But once lived a man who refused to say this obligatory phrase, instead substituting, "There is no king like God." After many visits to the king and many repetitions of this heretical phrase, the king grew angry and plotted to destroy the man. He gave the man 2 silver rings and told him they were a present to keep, but in reality the king meant to avenge himself through them. The man, whom everybody called "No king is God," took the rings, put them into a dried empty ram's horn, and gave them to his wife to keep for him. A week later, the king called "No king is God" and sent him to a distant village to tell the people to come and help build up the city walls. As soon as he had gone, the king sent for the man's wife and offered her 1,000 cowries, which are imported small shells used as money or ornaments, and 100 headcloths and bodycloths, if she would give him that which her husband had entrusted to her. Tempted by the splendid presents, the wife agreed and brought the ram's horn, and when the king looked inside, there were the 2 rings, safely stored. He placed them back into the horn and gave it to his servants with instructions to throw it into a far lake. They did so, and as the horn fell into the water, a great fish swam by and swallowed it. On the day that No King is God was returning home, he met his son and some friends near his home as they wanted to go fishing. He went with them and caught that great fish. As the son was cleaning the big fish, his knife struck something hard, and he called his father. His father pulled out the horn, and when he opened it and looked inside, he saw the rings which the king had given him for safekeeping. "Truly," he said, "there is no king like God." They were still fishing when a royal messenger came and told the man he was wanted by the king at once. He stopped at his house first and asked his wife where was that precious thing he had entrusted to her. She replied that she could not find it and thought a rat had eaten it. Shaking his head at her lies, the man set off for the royal court. The other counselors all saluted the king by saying, "May the king live forever." But the man only said, "There is no king like God." So the king told the counselors to be quiet, and advancing towards the man, he said, "Is it true that there is no king like God?" The man replied firmly, "Yes." Then the king demanded the rings which he had entrusted the man, and signaled his guards to get ready to kill him. But No King is God put his hand under his robe and pulled out the horn and handed it to the king. The king opened it and took out his 2 silver rings. "Indeed, there is no king like God," he said in total amazement, and all his counselors shouted in approval. Then the king divided his city into 2 and gave half of it to No King is God to rule.